Today we're wrapping up our shade tree giveaway. It's a free tree giveaway that we have sponsored for the past 4 or 5 years. This weekend we're giving away over 175 trees to Radnor residents that have signed up for up to 2 trees to put in their yards. And this year we're excited to offer over 6 different native species.
This is, I believe, the 5th year that we've done it. The first year we gave away 100 shade trees. The next year we gave away 200 shade trees. And every year since then we've given away somewhere in between 100 and 200 trees. And the idea is to keep the canopy going in Radnor Township, the big tree canopy, as we lose the older trees.
Unfortunately, we've had a lot of loss over this past winter with major storms, wind damage, and so we're trying to maintain the aesthetic in our community with replanting shade trees.
We have some spaces in our yard that are empty now, and we want to put some trees in, and my wife heard about this program, so we signed up and came here to pick them up today. I think it's a good program to have people planting trees, and we actually had to take 2 100-year-old trees down on our property because they were dead and they were right on the street. So we wanted to basically replace those with new trees, and I would encourage all the residents to keep planting.
I don't honestly know what other townships do. I do know that Lower Merion Township has a full staff of arborists and tree maintenance people, and they take really good care of their street trees. In Radnor, we don't have that. So several years ago, I approached Chanticleer Gardens to see if they would fund planting in Radnor, and they agreed, and they have been very generous to the township. And that's where the money used to come from for this program, as well as for the street tree plantings that we've been doing for the past 10 years. We planted probably 80 trees along Lancaster Avenue in addition to the free tree giveaway, and throughout the township as well in the fall. The spring free tree giveaway is just for township residents. They can come and get 2 trees per household, and they can sign up in advance. We sold out of our trees within 10 days after we opened registration in March. So now today we're just trying to give them away.
I think everyone loves trees on their yard, but even for us, Conestoga can be a busier road, so putting trees there kind of makes you feel like you're more in the woods and not on the main road. We went with 2 black gums. They're not the tallest, and they kind of branch lower, and they look really pretty in the fall, so we're thinking of maybe using some of those for cover from the road as well. And in the front of the yard we have a lot of sun too, so it'll go well there.
Well, the first consideration in helping a tree live and thrive is how it gets planted. And what's great about the Nature Conservancy is they've chosen native trees that are well adapted to our native soil. So what I explain is that you want to overdig the hole, and that the finish height of when it's planted, so the root crown or the root flare, we want that to finish right at grade level. And then I try to encourage people in the correct use of mulch. Maybe sometimes we refer to them in the industry as mulch volcanoes, and it's really detrimental to the tree. And so proper mulching, 2 to 3 inches thick, never more than that, through the entire life of the tree. Then I go over things like proper watering, especially in that first year of being established. Frequent watering when we haven't had rain, so we don't want to water too much. 3 to 4 gallons with these small whip trees is really appropriate. And then one of the things that we really need to consider in our area is protecting the trees from deer feeding, and then in the fall the male deer marking its territory by scraping its antlers really can do a lot of damage to the trees. So we try to encourage people to maybe put a small plastic fence about 4 feet high around the tree. Really does help protect it from deer damage.
Today we are picking up a tree from the free tree giveaway that the Conservancy is putting on with, I believe, Chanticleer. And we're excited about planting new trees. I do that with my son and daughter. We're learning a lot about native plantings and how the trees are helping the birds and the insects, and how that's very important for creating habitat in our yard and in our neighborhood. I think it's important to me because, especially with my son and daughter in school, they're learning a lot about the environment and how it's important that we do more than just have lawns and landscaping, and that the habitat itself is crucial, not only for ourselves but the insects and the birds and other creatures that really make up the food web, and it impacts everything that we do. We're learning a lot about that at school, and I think I'm trying to learn for myself and help them as well.
We have a number of focuses in our mission. We steward a number of different trail projects within the township. We support all of the tree efforts within the township. And then we offer a variety of educational programming for all ages. And we work with other community nonprofits to help extend our reach.
Is it unique to Radnor? I think that Radnor can really kind of be at the forefront of this. I think that there's a lot of interest and a lot of opportunity for Radnor parents and families to do this, especially, for instance, my son's school at Ithan. They're planting trees. There's a bird sanctuary that I'm going to start to volunteer at. I think that other townships, Newtown and TE, are also working, and I think that Radnor can really kind of be a forceful, cooperative and collaborative participant in that kind of a thing, that we as a regional kind of an area can do more as well.
We have a number of programs with that we're putting on with Chanticleer, a bat box building workshop in August. We have a solitary bee house workshop in the fall. We have a number of hikes with LL Bean, instructor-led hikes through the Willows. That has been extremely popular, 25 to 30 people on each hike. A number of different things for families, individuals. We have cleanups at different parks. We really want people to engage in their local parks and take some ownership about trying to help us clean out the invasives and plant native trees. So there's a lot of different opportunities. It'll be a busy year, but we love giving back to the community.